Hi everybody, this is Felicia and welcome to the July Bingo Challenge with Khristina and Felicia. Here's my bingo card and I'm going to be using the second row from the top. Small alphas, doilies, sequins, 4x6 cards, and a cut file. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here and I'm going to be using this photo. Now I've scrapped this photo before and there's different ways that I've scrapped this photo, so I'm going to be doing a different kind of way of scrapping it, I guess you would call it. So I made a circle out of the photo. Here's the cut file here. I've already cut that out of my silhouette. And there are arrows and a circle. And the arrows are pointing towards the circle. Now, I am not sure. So there it is. That's what it looks like. You can see that. That's really pretty. I like that. So I'm not sure exactly where this cut file came from. It might have came from Studio Calico. I don't know because it wasn't marked. So anyway, so I'm going to get started by placing my items down here and trying to figure out how I want them to be. And so once I figure that out, I'm going to go in here and get this 4x6 card out of this pack. Now that pack of 4x6 cards is so old. I bought that back. Oops, excuse me about that. I bought that back when my grandson was about 6 months old because I was starting to scrapbook some of the photos of him. So that's how far back that goes. That's probably about 9 years old right about now. Anyway, so I'm using these awesome, cool alphas from Ali Edwards, and these are meant to go into the December daily, but I love them so much. I just ordered 2 packs at the time when she had them on sale, and I really like them, so I just use them just, on my layouts regularly because I do not do December daily. I do a Grateful album, and if some of you have seen that, I started on that, and I did get finished with the first one, but this year I'm going to do a second one, so I'm going to make it an annual thing to do a Grateful album. Anyway, so now I'm getting some of the pieces from the Amy Tan collection that is pretty old right now. It's not to me, but I still have a lot of that collection left, so I'm going to fish through some of the ephemera so that I can figure out what I want. And I found these cool little Volkswagen looking type of vans. That's what they look like to me, little Volkswagen vans. And I thought it'd be the perfect thing to put on his layout. So I'm also going to cut off, because I decided to move it over here, I'm going to cut off that edge border. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have cut the whole border off. And I'm going to use this cut file again, and I'm going to cut the whole border off the next time because I want to see how it would look. And I have a feeling it would look spectacular even without the border. So, but right now I'm cutting off that edge there so that it looks like it's going off the edge of the paper. And then, of course, I put the glue on and everything, and I'm gluing it and getting it all glued, in the spots where I know it's going to stick at. And in preparing it, I wasn't really thinking at the time, because what I end up doing was I end up forgetting the doily. So you're going to see that here in a minute here. See, I'm doing all the gluing and everything, and I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. And then bam, there it goes. So then I'm pressing it down. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, the doily, the doily. So then I'm, trying to pull it up without ripping it. And I'm trying to be gentle with it without ripping it. And then I finally get the doily down there. So, and this glue still stuck, which I'm so glad, because I did not want to have to repeat and go ahead and cut that file out all over again. So anyway, so what I'm using right now, these alphas, and these alphas are from the Ali Edwards, and this is from the December daily, and she was selling the alphas separately from that. So I don't do December daily, so I decided to go ahead and get the alphas because I really like those. And I'm just pretty much journaling how much David loved riding in his little toy car there around the park on his birthday, and how he was making the car noises and things like that. He really enjoyed that. And I'm just keeping it short here as far as that's concerned, because I have scrapbooked this photo once before in the past. So but I did it differently. So this time I decided to go ahead and keep it really short to the point, and basically explained how much he really liked it. So I'm using the small alphas there from the Sassafras, and that was also on my bingo challenge. And so as you can see, there's a sassafras thing there. I have a whole lot of those, so I decided to go ahead and start using them up. And then I'm going to 3D this Volkswagen van again here, which I thought would be great to put on the layout, being as we're talking about a car. And this brings back some memories for me when I was 19, and how a friend of mine and myself, we bought a Volkswagen van, or I should say he bought a Volkswagen van, and we decided to go ahead and I helped with rebuilding of the engine. And I learned quite a bit about cars at that time, and it was so much fun to do so. And then by the time we were all finished with the engine, it was beautiful. It just nicely hummed, and then we were able to ride it around. And then we also cut the top off of the van, and that was the best summer ever. I remember that so well. I had the greatest time doing all of that, and then also riding in it once it was done. So, and yes, people did look at us quite a bit. And this was when I was living down in Los Angeles, and so and they did look at us like if we were strangers or something like that. I think more like strange. But we had a great time. We didn't care. And we went to the beaches, and we just had just an awesome time for the rest of that summer. So now I'm using some of the puffy stickers here from the Amy Tan collection, trying to use up some of those, trying to use up as much as I can, because this was a rather large collection here, this Amy Tan one, called Oh Happy Day. But I'm happy that I did get the whole entire collection, and I'm going to have quite a bit of it left over still, I think, even after I've used it as much as I possibly can. So I'm just going to keep that in my stash, and that'll be great. The sequences here that I'm using are called Magical Day in the Park, and they are from the Spiegelmom Scraps shop. And I decided to go ahead and put those on there. They actually were my favorite combination of sequences that she had in the shop. And I am almost out, and I don't know if she has any more, so I'm going to find out. And if she doesn't, I'm going to beg her to make me some more. Because I really, really, really like this color combination for these sequences. So hopefully she can do that for me. That'd be awesome. I'm going to ask her. Hopefully, if you're watching, Jody, please make me some more. Anyway, so I'm going to be gluing quite a few of these down before I realize that the camera's running. So I don't want you to watch me do that, because that could be pretty boring watching me glue each and every last one of these things down. So um, I'm going to get quite a few down before I realize it. But I also thought it would be a good idea to put some of these at the bottom there behind this Volkswagen van again, to make it look like there's smoke coming out from the back of it. And so I'm going to arrange some of these here on the layout here and start getting those down. And then once I get all those glued down, then I pretty much will be almost done here with this layout. And I don't want you to watch me glue each and last one of these sequences down. So now that I'm done, I'm going to use some of the Heidi Swap mist to sprinkle some of my sprinkles down here. And I am pretty much done with the layout, except for the exception of forgetting to glue down a half of the red doily there, which you're going to see me come back and do once I get finished sucking up some of the mist here with a tissue on the layout. So there's the finished layout, so I thought. And then here comes the red doily part. So I go ahead and I get this red doily glued down, and then I am pretty much done with this layout, guys. So be sure to tune in to Khristina's channel to see what she chooses in the bingo challenge and what she comes up with. Thanks for watching, guys, and take care. Bye-bye.